It's a danger zone. You in the middle of a war, don't leave your banger home. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
I'm alright, yourself?
I'm alright. You know, happy to be alive in here. So what's your name?
My name's Janetti.
Okay.
They call me Starr out here.
Hey, Starr, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, is that the only nickname you go by?
Nah, they call me Nitty.
Nitty?
Yeah,
Okay.
They call me Nitty, but Star's for down here, you know.
Okay, so your name is Nitty, they call you Starr.
Yeah.
Out here. I see you got the tattoos. Do the tattoos represent the nickname, or that came first?
Well, the tattoos came first, and you know, the more I got locked up, the more, you know, people didn't know me. They didn't know me in there, but they identified me as Starr. I was going in there. They was calling me Starr. I didn't know what the hell they was talking about, but
Right.
they didn't know me, so they just called me Starr.
They just call you Starr.
Yeah, but it's the meaning behind those, but that's another story.
What's the meaning, or you really don't want to speak on it?
You know, growing up, like I found myself wanting to be being a part of things and finding some type of let's say family. I have family, but I traveled a lot, and I found myself dealing with, you know, joining gangs and dealing with gangs and things like that. And that was the main thing. But you know, overall, I just love the color red.
Right. So were you like a former gang member?
Yeah, definitely. I have a 16-year-old daughter, an 11-year-old son, 8-year-old son. So
okay.
As a teenager, 17, 18, 19, I traveled through Jersey, stayed with my cousin out in Hallsboro, Woodbury, and things like that. And I ended up in Atlantic City. I ended up in Elizabeth, dancing out there, and I ended up in Atlantic City. So, it took a toll on my life and my family, but that it scared me. I don't want to say it scared me straight, you know, but I experienced enough through it and with it to put that in you know, on the shelf.
Yeah.
So yeah, being out here in Kensington and North Philly that's also like living, you know, a very dangerous, you know, life, like being in the gang, but just not the gang. You know, you could say you're trapped to the life of the drugs out here. You know, a lot of people that's like myself, we don't have many ways or things to turn to, and then put our past, our stories, our pain, our anger, trauma, and just we really don't have many ways to express how we feel. So we turn to myself. I turned to drugs at an early age.
At an early age.
Yeah. I started drinking when I was like 15. I started snorting coke when I was 15 in Puerto Rico, smoking, doing different drugs. But I was more of a binge drinker. Like I binge drink because I drank until I got messed up, totally.
Tore up.
And
so I couldn't really hear you that well because of the background. You're smoking coke at a young age as well?
I started snorting coke first. Snorting coke and drinking a lot of alcohol.
Okay.
But that turned into smoking coke after a few years, and it's a domino effect.
Absolutely.
I started smoking it, and from smoking it, I started doing dope. I tried to find something to bring me down.
Right.
Like my heart rate, you know, I used to do a lot of coke. It would make me feel like my heart was gonna bust, or I had, you know, you think it's like you want to have fun and stuff like that, but you know, you really can't have fun. Like I was scared that my heart was gonna bust a lot of times, and that's not cool. Like you know, I was trying to get high so I could enjoy myself, and it stopped being about enjoyment like a long time ago, and it just became about, I guess, self-medication.
So you raised by your dad?
Yeah, I was raised with my dad and my stepmom. Like, I lived with my mom for a little bit, but my mom, my dad, like, found her to be a rebellious mom, and so he took custody of me from my mom.
Right.
Like, I didn't want to be. I thought it was like he was too strict. Like, I didn't want to be with my dad. I was angry. You know, I wanted to visit my mom because she had me on the weekends, and then one weekend my dad went to take me to like see my mom, and my mom wasn't there. We went to a few different houses, different places, and one of her friends said she moved back to Puerto Rico, so she moved back to Puerto Rico without even saying bye. So, growing up, you know, like as a little girl with my dad and stuff like that, I really wanted to be with my mom.
Right.
And instead of it being like him being like overprotective or strict, like my dad did everything I needed him to do, like everything from school to health, everything I had that I needed. And I started going to visit my mom in Puerto Rico when I was about 9-10 years old.
Okay.
And when I started going to Puerto Rico, I'm not sure how deep we could get into this, but this is where it started for me. I started getting abused in Puerto Rico by family members, and it was two of the closest people you would want, like the closest people that I would expect to be able to go to help, like for help, like to protect me, to defend me, and like that shit, that was sad. That messed me up. Like, that messed me up a lot, but I didn't say anything for a long time. I would go back and forth to Puerto Rico every summer because my dad was too strict and I wanted to see my mom. I was going out to the bars with my mom. I was like, my body was developing. I was 14, I looked 18. At 15 I got pregnant. I had my daughter at 16. And like every time I came back from Puerto Rico, like I was more and more rebellious, more and more developed, more and more angry. And my stepmom asked me one day, if anybody was doing anything to me, if anybody was touching me, anybody was abusing me, and I told them the truth. So that's where it started. That's where it started for me. The drinking, I was angry, and I couldn't take it out on my dad. Like I wanted to smoke cigarettes, and I'm still 15,
Right.
I'm a whole bunch of different things, and it was just so much chaos, like so much chaos in my brain and my heart. I didn't know how to express myself. I would implode. I want to like pull my hair out, I was driving myself crazy. And I just found that I turned to every drug that made me feel better. Alcohol, cigarettes, weed, crack, coke, and then I ended up on dope. I used to dance. I was in ballet. I was in tap. I used to play basketball, and because I was hurting inside, didn't know how to deal with it. Like, it led me to dealing with one of the harshest drugs. Like, one of the things that I told myself I would never do. There's so many people out here that ask me why, like, and tell me I'm beautiful. I grew up with low self-esteem. I didn't love myself. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't see any of that, and I get compliments every day from all types of people, but like I won't believe it. Like, I don't see it until I see it myself. And it's
compliments
weird. From all types of people. All types of walks of life. Older women, young kids. Beautiful women, blonde hair, blue eyes. Men, old, business people.
Just people you come across.
Every type of person, like people that I would think that were more beautiful than me, or better than me. And they see things in me that I don't see, that I didn't see in myself. It was weird.
So that don't make you think at all?
Well, yeah, man, that made me think.
People
but
see all this good in you, and you don't see it in yourself?
it's crazy because that's part of the insidious disease, because this shit'll take over. No matter what you think, you know, your talents and what your potential, what your potential is, what you got at home, your family, that don't matter, because the feeling inside of you that you have, and that you know that the only thing that's going to dead that and shut it up for a while is that drug.
Right.
You know, that the beauty. You see what, like I said, you see my neck, you see my face. This shit like a vampire bite, or like a zombie bite. That's not what that is. Those are track marks.
Right.
You know.
So can I ask you, right? You've been through some traumatic stuff in life since a young girl. You know what I'm saying? You ever thought about getting therapy?
I
Okay, so you had.
Like, when it came to PTSD, anxiety, depression, like, I was a little girl already, like, going through it, you know.
Right.
Again, I was already being molested and raped by 9.
Right.
So, it took a toll. It took a toll, you know, dual diagnosis, you know, trauma and the whole drug thing. I've been in and out of IOPs, like recovery houses, OPs, meetings, inpatient, all types of stuff.
You feel like you deal with any mental illness and depression? Still, right? Is it because of the stuff you went through as a kid in Puerto Rico?
That's
a big part.
That's a main thing. That's what I blame it on.
Right.
Like I blame my life now on those that did me damage when I was little. Like I really do. You know.
What happened to that person that did it?
They still alive.
Have your father figure out what he wanted to do about the situation, or?
Well, my dad wanted to kill a person, you know, and had to come to the realization that he's also raising my 2 little brothers and my son.
Wow.
And holding up a household, you know. I'm sorry, you find yourself doing that a lot, you know.
Right. Well, before we wrap it up, I just want to ask a couple more questions, all right? So do you want to get clean? Do you want to get out of this life?
Oh, yeah.
So if you get some help, you get some people behind you that want to push you and stuff like that, would you take initiative and do it?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you know, the last 3 weeks, I got jumped twice, you know.
Out here?
Yeah.
By who? Oh, you can't really say this. Okay.
It's you know, some crazy shit, like hurt.
Right.
Like,
is somebody that was close to you that jumped you? Or
not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all.
Do you work the Ave? The street corners out here? Prostitution? Dates?
Yeah, I date.
Dates? My bad.
I don't do it during the day.
Right.
I don't do it during the day. I don't stand on the corner.
Right.
You know, I network, you know.
Right.
I talk to people, meet people, you know, and I make ends meet.
Yeah.
That I just put in my head on dates. I've had all types of stuff. I've had to fight for my life on dates plenty of times.
Did that ever make you not want to do it anymore?
Yeah, but you know, it's one of the easiest. Like, it's not easy, but I've gotten comfortable with it. You know, like, it being the way of making money.
Right.
I've gotten used to using my body and my beauty as getting by.
Right.
And
okay.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, you gotta
It's all right.
that.
It's all right.
Don't see that. Don't do that.
Nah.
I feel bad.
No, it's okay.
Like,
We're gonna
it's
wrap it up.
no.
I got one more question for you.
Listen, my cousin called, asked me if my dad paid for a ticket for me to go to Cali to get clean.
Yeah.
If I'd go.
Right.
You know, and they said that I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't come back until after a year. you know, after me getting jumped. So I said, yeah, you know, and I'm actually going to see my family today, and I'm gonna finally have the first conversation with my dad about this. But I think I'm gonna take my dad up on his offer.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah.
We're rooting for you, Starr.
I want my family and my kids to see it from me, you know.
And that can happen. It takes you first. Please take up on that offer. Please. Please.
If I don't,
change your life around.
You know, I'm gonna die. I'm
gonna die out there.
I'm
You already know.
gonna end up in jail for life. Or I'm gonna die.
That was my last question. I don't even got to ask anymore. You don't want to die. That was gonna be my last question.
Yeah.
You answered it for me. See, Starr, I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys.
All Time Media is rooting for you.
Thank you.
Much love. Much love.
Love you guys.